Alright, so welcome to a special live version of Cooking with a Veteran. And I'm on Zoom with my Coffee with a Veteran. We got Neil. How's it going, Neil? Good to see you. Yep. Can I hear you? I think
Yeah,
you're
you can hear me now.
Okay.
What's up, Pete?
Alright, so I'm really enjoying doing these episodes of Cooking with a Veteran. And today I'm going to be making a crusted chicken. A lot of people, they like the breadcrumbs on the chicken, but they don't like deep fried chicken. They're trying to lose weight like me, I'm trying to lose weight. So I like to do a crusted chicken. So I have my chicken breasts here, and I put some salt and pepper, and I put them through just a little bit of buttermilk. So I got a little buttermilk on the bottom. I have my breadcrumbs, and I wanted to add something different to my breadcrumbs, so I added some coffee rub to the breadcrumbs. I'm going to give a little coffee flavor to the chicken. Alright, so we're going to do that, and then somebody was asking me about my cornbread, and they said, well, what if I don't have a cast iron pot, or what if I don't like, the type of cornbread that you make. So I'm going to make a simple cornbread today. But let's get started with the chicken. So I have my chicken that's been sitting in the buttermilk for about 4 hours. Okay, letting it soak in. And I'm just going to take one out, and I'm just going to lay it on the breadcrumbs. And I'm not going to flip it over. Like I said, I just want a crusted kind of chicken. And I'm just going to lay it into the pan. Okay? And if you can see it, it's crusted on one side. Alright? And I'm going to take my other one, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to crust that on the one side. And I'm not going to fry these, because again, trying to reduce, lose some weight. I'm going to actually put these into the oven, and I have my toaster oven. I'm going to put these in the oven for 30 minutes. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to put these into the oven for 30 minutes. And I did something that I don't normally do, but I wanted to, people were saying, oh, we don't get to see the end result until later. I went ahead earlier and I cooked one up. So I have my pan crusted chicken here. Okay, I'm going to take my knife and fork. I'm going to cut that open. Oh, that looks great. Look at that. Let's go ahead and taste that. It has that buttermilk chicken flavor, but it's not overwhelming because, again, I don't have the breadcrumbs on all the sides. On the one side is just roasted chicken. On the other side has the crust on top of it. And that's my crusted chicken. But now let's talk about cornbread. Cornbread, of course, always starts with the cornmeal. Right, I have my ground cornmeal. For this, I'm going to put in a cup of flour. So there's a cup of cornmeal, a cup of flour. I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to add in my baking powder, my baking soda, my salt right into there. It's a half teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I got that going along nicely. At this time, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put in 2 eggs. Mix that up, get that going. And you notice I'm hand mixing this time, because again, a lot of people are like, well, I don't have a KitchenAid, and I'm going to put in my buttermilk. This is 1 1/3 cups of buttermilk. Like I said, people said, I don't have a KitchenAid, I can't afford one, but I would still want to make cornbread. And so you can mix this all by hand. But you want to make sure that you really get underneath and pick it all up and get it going in there. Alright, so that's going. It's turned into a nice creamy kind of batter. Okay. At this time I had some butter that I melted and I let cool off a little bit, and I'm going to put that in there. That's half a stick of butter, or 1/4 cup. Alright, so that's my mix. I'm going to take an 8" by 8" pan, and I'm just going to lightly coat it. Okay, I'm using some olive oil. Okay, lightly coat it there. I'm going to pour my mix into my 8 by 8 pan. Got my mix in there. I'm going to move it around a little bit, even it out on the bottom. I'm going to throw that in my oven at 375 for 20-25 minutes, or until it's golden brown and cooked all the way through. I hope you enjoyed joining me on another session of Cooking with a Veteran. If there's something that you'd like to see me cook, go ahead and reach out to me. As always, make sure that you like and share our video on our YouTube page. And until next time, hoorah!